and we just started tugging it up. Like just all in the middle of Denny's, like hello you guys. If you're new here, my name is Aja and welcome to my channel. So today, this big cheese ain't for nothing. Today I'm gonna be discussing my love life, y'all. My love life and how I found love in my 30s and how you can too. So if this is something that you are interested in, please continue watching. Y'all, all right, here I go. So I got pregnant when I was in high school. Yeah, being fast, being grown. So you want to be grown, you need to go do grown up things. So, me and my child's father decided to get married, and we were 100% not ready for marriage. I don't need to go into details, but shit got bad. Things got bad, and a lot of things happened, and it ended us right in that courthouse in front of that judge. And we ended up getting a divorce. So, I had been divorced for about 7 to 8 years when I met my current husband. And I told myself, I had 2 kids in my previous marriage. I told myself I would never, ever, 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 ever get married again. I did not like the idea of marriage. Nobody could convince me otherwise. I don't care how good somebody's marriage had been. I don't care if they've been married for 50 years. I was not interested in it. And this attitude that I carried with me, so I could never be in any successful relationships with anybody else because it was never anything long term. I knew I wasn't getting married. So I was like, well, there's no need for me to do um wifely things. So that's a really bad toxic trait. That's a whole nother video. But let me tell you, when you meet your person, you will know. You'll know. And it's gonna hit you like a truck. It's gonna just like come out of nowhere. You're not gonna be looking for it. It's gonna find you right where you stand there, right where you are. And the thing is that, you know, I told my husband this, I tell him this all the time, that everything that happened to me in my past, as far as all my relationships and stuff, it happened for a reason because it made me into the woman that I am today for him. And, I feel the same way about him because he was previously married. He had 3 kids in his last marriage. So now we're this big blended family. And when we met, it was just kind of like a puzzle piece, literally. Like I was one side of the puzzle piece, he was the other side, and we just like clicked. And the thing was, when we met, it wasn't even like, oh, I want to date you, oh, I'm attracted to you, whatever. It was literally just friends. And we connected on that level first. So, this is one tip that I have, be friends with your partner first. And that's what I think helped us because we were genuinely friends before we started to date and get intimate and stuff. We would do things together, like, go drink coffee together and just talk about life. And I mean, it was just all of that. It was like nothing serious. We wasn't worried about dating and whatnot. It was just, we were just getting to know each other, and we became really, really good friends. Um, and because we were friends, I was able to kind of just open up to him about a lot of things and vice versa. And that is kind of like the foundation of our marriage. So, early on, we both wanted kids. We both wanted a huge family. We had the same goals. Um, and a lot of the same like we were on the same wave. It was so weird. Like we both were single parents. We both basically went to basic together. He went first in January and then I went right after in February. So we have like 1 month apart, literally. So we were in the same place at the same time. We just didn't know each other, and in the same type of jobs. We just kept missing each other. We were in two completely separate places. And when I went to Washington, I went because an incident happened to me in the military, moved me, and God was working in my life, and I didn't realize how, because I was there, I got settled, wasn't thinking about getting in a relationship and nothing. I just wanted to be, like free to kind of just learn myself and, you know, do the things that I should have did before I even got married the first time. And the thing is that I went to what's called an education center. So a place where you would go to, enroll in school, and they help you with financial aid and stuff like that. And he was there, and like, I'm a friendly person. So I just get to talking to him and just being nosy, just asking him a bunch of questions and stuff. And when he looked up at me, we literally locked eyes, and he has these pretty, like, green hazel eyes. And I was like, wow, this man is beautiful. And he was thinking the same thing about me, but obviously, you know, we didn't know. So, to make a long story short, we exchanged numbers, and then that's how the friendship began. So COVID happened, and then we kind of lost contact. He ended up getting deployed and stuff. And then when he came back from deployment, he had hit me up, and I'm like, yeah, I'm sick. I got COVID. So we couldn't really link up then. But um, what else happened after that? Oh, God. It was so just magical. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So he ended up inviting me to a casino. He liked to gamble. So I'm not really the gambling type. So I almost said no, but I'm like, you know what? Let me just go. So, I got all dolled up and all cute. And I ended up at the casino. And when I saw him, I was like, oh God, this man is just so cute. Like, I don't know. But anyway, so he was like, "You gamble?" I was like, "No, I don't like to gamble because I gotta keep every dime I have." He was like, "Okay." He handed me $100 bill, and he was like, "Go play some slots and stuff." And he was on the table, so I went and played some slots, and I had basically no luck. I kept losing, kept losing. So I went over to the table, and I'm like, "Hey, I don't want to lose, your whole 100, so." I stopped. I don't want to take the chance. So he was like, okay, well, what you want to do? And I was like, let's go. I don't know. Let's go sit down and talk, whatever. So we sit down, and then we talk. We order some drinks and stuff, and we just, chit chat and laughing or whatever. And then he's like, okay, so let's just go cash out because they give you like a card. So we went to the line, cashed out, and the craziest thing happened. Listen, y'all. We cashed out at the same exact number. Literally. The same number. The same amount of money. I was like, what in the world chances of this happening? So we both was just staring at each other like it was like a sign that we was just kind of like meant to be. It was like, wow. And from that point forward, we was just inseparable. Like we cashed out, got our money, and we ended up at Denny's because it was like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning at that point. And we sitting there, and I ordered some, he ordered something, and the waiter came and was like, "Do y'all need anything else?" We like, "No, we good. We just chilling. We just chilling." And all of a sudden, like, we looked at each other and we just started tugging it up. Like just all in the middle of Denny's. Like everybody was staring at us from every angle. Like people was stopping what they was doing and turning around like what the world. And we was like, I was lost. We was lost in it. Like it was crazy. Like, oh God. I just remember that like it was yesterday. And that 5 minutes of passion, I mean, my whole face was wet. My whole face. Oh my God. Yes. But let me tell you, from that point forward, like we've been dating, we've been loving, we've been everything. And now, years later, two babies later, we still, still have that same passion for each other, I mean, things are more serious now. Back then, we didn't have the responsibility for towards each other. Like, it was like things were just easy. Like, we could get along and nothing. But then when we actually got serious and, you know, we started having to deal with bills and family and all of that, of course, just like any other couple, but I feel like I spent my entire 20s like getting ready for this man. And I say that because I went through the storm, y'all. I'm laughing about it now, but let me tell you, I've been through it. All right, I've been through it, and I'm not gonna go into all the details and stuff, but I had a really, really messy divorce, and um, my kids, my two oldest kids, you know, they had to go through that, so they were very, very happy when I finally found somebody like my husband. My son is like, I'm very happy for you. And that's, it's a wonderful feeling coming from my son because we went through it together. He was standing right there with me, experiencing everything that I was going through. As much as I tried to shelter him from things, he was still going through it. Kids know everything. Kids can feed your emotions and everything. So I never I never in a million years thought that I would find somebody as loving and as kind as my husband is, and as generous as he is. I never have. I never been around, positive marriages. Like I don't come from that. Like in my early life, my mom, she was married, I guess before, but I I've never like been in a two parent, healthy marriage, family, household, I was raised by my grandmother half of my life. Her husband died way back in the day in the 1950, I believe, something like, so I've never seen her even with a man before. So I remember when she was on her deathbed and she was in the hospital first and they had gave her like a certain amount of time to live. She was in her 80s. I mean, she had lived a long beautiful life, and I think that when she was on her deathbed, that was the first time that I thought about death. Like death always happens, but when she passed, it kind of took a piece of me with her. So that was like the first time, like in my adult life, that I experienced that. And I'm bringing that up to say that she passed a very lonely person. She was very lonely. Um, that saying like when you grow old, your kids are gone, grandkids are gone, and it's just you and your partner. And if your partner has passed away or something, then it's just you. So that was something that I didn't never want to experience. But at the same time, I was so scared. I was so afraid to love somebody and to give myself to somebody because I had been through so much trauma, and it had frightened me. It had made me just scared to even just I couldn't even be in a relationship, y'all. Like it would be like very temporary. I would withdraw myself and just be like, okay, you know, and people know when you're not giving your all. And it was never fair. It was never fair to anybody that I dated when I was in this very toxic place in my life. And I probably passed up a lot of nice people that I could have had something with or whatever, but it wasn't for me. And like I said in the beginning, like my life just wrapped me up, put a bow on me for my husband. So I don't know. Do I drink? So I don't know. I think that when you think about love in your 30s, you think like, dang, I'm old. Don't nobody want to be with somebody that's old, that got kids, and you know, been through divorce and all of that stuff. And that's the thinking trap that I was in. Like nobody's gonna want me. I got stretch marks on my stomach, and I'm ruined because I have somebody else's kids. I mean, I had all of those thoughts in my mind. And when I met my husband, like all of those insecure thoughts that I had just went away. Like literally has gone away. He does not care at all that I was married before and that I even have kids. Like he kind of thinks they're his kids. And I don't know. I think that if you are in a situation where you're just kind of like me, just scared to give somebody your all, scared to love somebody, scared to make that step, like you have to, because you don't you don't want to be alone. You don't want to die alone. That's I'm just like I don't know why I'm stuck on that, but um you want to share your life with somebody, and being 30 plus, like I'm 35 now. So, we've been rocking for this long, and literally like day one, day one meeting him like changed my mind about love, marriage, all of that. Like I never wanted more kids. I just wanted the two that I had, and I was happy about that. And you know, God had gave me those kids, and I was gonna put my all in them babies. But when I met this man, oh honey, I wanted to be pregnant every year, and that's exactly what has happened. And we talking about having another baby. How about that? Not right now, but in the near future, I probably will have another baby. But that's that's the power of love, you guys. So just because you done turned 30, it is not the end of the world. The thing is that most people after like, 30, 33, our eggs start to get older, and our bodies start to change and that kind of thing. So if you don't have any kids right now and you still kind of in a dating scene and whatnot, it's not too late to open up and be able to give yourself to somebody. And I also want to say that it took a lot of courage, and I had to be extremely careful not to assume. that my husband was anything like the past, which was such a hard thing to do. Let me tell you, it was so hard. It was so hard because any little thing, like when you're insecure and you've been through the trauma, any little thing, not picking up the phone, not, being somewhere, something, not saying anything, any little thing could trigger you. And when I stopped feeling that way, I knew that this was it for me. This is it. So we get mad at each other. Oh well, you know. It's just, and that's another thing that I wanted to say. Usually, like, y'all know that song by Summer Walker, like switch a nigga up. Like that used to be me, like for real. Like if a guy that I met, is not being consistent, not doing what I needed him to do, not showing true interest and, not calling back, not texting back, not doing all the little things that's on my little list of things that I need. Oh, honey, I was so done. Like, I did not give the time, energy. I would just block so fast and be done. Um, with my husband, y'all, I couldn't even try. I could be mad all I want to, but the thing is, he never really gave me a reason to be. I would just be making stuff up and just trying to start an argument, just toxic, right? I had some issues. Let me tell you, I had some issues, but I'm working through them, and I'm a better person today than I've ever been as far as being in a relationship is concerned. And I'm so proud of myself because, like, the people that's close to me, they know, they understand that I had said never. I'm just gonna be single for the rest of my life. I'm just gonna die by myself. That's how I felt, and that's how life would do that to you. Life will put you in that washing machine and wash you all type of ways, and you just be done. I was completely done. Like I don't even know how to even like really explain how done I was and how much that I did not want to be in no type of relationship. I didn't want anything from nobody, but things are seasonal, and people, I truly believe this, people come into your life for different reasons. And I am so happy, even though like I've been through the storm. I've been through it, y'all. Been through it. Even though it was hard. It was hard. I had a lot of therapy. I had to get through it, right? I would not change my life whatsoever. Everything that I experienced has made me a better person. And I'm still standing. I am still standing, right? After all of that. So, what what I want to leave you guys with today is like there's somebody out there for you. You're gonna find that person when you're not looking for them. They're gonna fall into your lap, and you're gonna have to make the decision on if you want to be the person that they need you to be, or if you're gonna continue being the person that you are. And gonna if you're gonna continue with being the person that you are, then be honest about it. Hey, I'm not looking for nothing serious. I'm just chilling, whatever. That's the worst thing you could do is lie to somebody. But let me tell you, that's how I know it's a God because God be working. He be working on me, and he working through me and in my life. And let me tell you how I know. Because when I met my husband, too much in my life started changing. Too much. My mindset started to change. I started to become a softer person. I was hard and rough and ready to fight because that's what I had been doing. I was ready to fight. But now I'm like a passenger princess. I'm like, what you want? You want me to rub on you? Nobody ever got that side of me. And that's what he brought out of me. That's what he did. So I want you guys to know that love in your 30s is a beautiful thing, and don't feel insecure, you know. Oh my goodness, my baby is crying. I need to wrap this up, but um love is out there. Love is kind. You shouldn't be stressed about it. Like when somebody love you, you don't have to wonder. You don't have to say, do you love me? Are you in love with me? Because everything that they do, it'll just be exuding from their body. They'll want to take care of you. They want to make sure you're all right. They want to rub you. They want to comfort you. But if somebody don't want to do that, then they probably don't. Or I don't know. You got to figure out love languages and stuff. That's a whole nother conversation too. But I guess I just want to say, that I used to feel very insecure because I always wanted that high school sweetheart love, that all my kids got the same daddy love, like we've been rocking since we was babies love. But that just wasn't for me. Like my I called myself marrying my high school sweetheart, and yuck. Like he's yucky. He's yucky. Ugh. And I'm just embarrassed about it, to be honest. But, you know, I don't know. We're here now, but I hope he doesn't watch this. Or maybe he does. Good. So he can see, what type of person that he shaped me into, right? Yes. Thank you. You know, thank you for being a liar and a cheater. All of that. Thank you. Because it taught me how to be strong. Shots fired. But anyways, so don't don't lose yourself in your relationships and stuff. You still gotta be an independent person, but like when somebody brings that soft person out of you and just make you be all in your feminine energy and stuff, that's the one right there. That's the one. That's the one. So we in our 30s now. We not no kids. We not, all in a club. Well, some of us might be in a club, but I haven't been to the club in a very long time. But we not out looking. We not desperate or nothing. We seasoned, right? We seasoned. We like some fine wine at this point. And we getting ourselves together. We're at the age where our parents was when we were kids, and we got the houses and we just getting settled. And we need families and we need to learn how to get along with our men, you know? And if you have watched this to the end, thank you for watching. And hit me up in the comments. Let me know like what you think. Are you married? How long you been married? Are you still searching? How's your experience going? Like were you that hard woman like how I was? Or, are you a soft, delicate flower? Like tell me. Like, let's take this to the comments. All right, y'all. So y'all have a good one. It's time for me to get in the shower and go to bed. I gotta go to work early in the morning, and it sounds like my baby done woke up. She's not crying anymore, but um, with that being said, I'm out. Good night.